Hey everybody, welcome back to Kumasao Reviews. What we're taking a look at is DX9's D08 Mightron. What it comes with, a sword, a staff, as well as his mace. Of course, the instructions. This is a production sample, so this is the final version, but doesn't have the box ready yet. Now, height-wise, he is right around 9.5 inches tall, so slightly taller than MP10. He measures to about 9 inches on the dial. Just giving you guys a roundabout view here. And I do apologize for the lateness on this review. I have been backed up like crazy. But again, there's the roundabout and yeah, top down, top down. Right. Bottom up. Now we're just going over the poseability here. Now, one thing you'll notice, these videos, they're a lot more fluid now if you're looking at them. I am uploading at 60 frames per second, a lot bigger file sizes, but man, I really like the way it looks. Now, one thing to watch out for, that middle piece, because of the transformation, it can become separated. There's no actual lock there. It holds on pretty tight friction-wise, but when you're moving around like I just did, it does happen. But double jointed elbows and things like that, it's good. Now, the hands. Articulated fingers and things like that, but I do not like the look of them quite as much as Gewalt. That thing's hands were just incredible. I almost wish that they'd mass produce and recolor those hands for every masterpiece bot that they make now. But these aren't bad, but Mightrons, or Gewalts, were just great. These do have to be different though, thinking about it, because of the transformation and the way you have to ball them up into the arms and things like that, so there's a need for it, but Gewalt's hands were still awesome. I wish they could make it look like that and still do the same functions. Alright, now, it's been widely discussed, but the waist swivel is under the skirt, so he does have it. Overall, the design of this, man, it's really grown on me. It really has. Good amount of knee bend, single jointed knees there. Good articulation in the foot. You can see plenty of ankle tilt. I do like that, unlike Apollyon, he does not have the really gapped hips. Overall, it's good. It's a good proportional figure. The thighs are a bit thin, but they're not bad. Just taking a look at the scope, the blaster. Does have the built-in LED there. That surprised me. I did not know it came with that. So it was cool to see out of the box. So you guys can get a peek at how bright it is. Like I said, this one definitely grew on me. We're just taking a look at the sword here. Only one hand, the left hand, has the pegs and the fingers to hold it. The other one can-ish, but the pegs actually kind of make it awkward. I don't know why they did that. Even with the scope or blaster on the right arm, it's not like it hinders anything. But the plus side is that the fingers are the exact same, so if you want to go ahead and carve out that peg or the female in yourself, it's more than fine. Alright, and take a look. The hand goes in pretty easy, just reverse, push it back, but the thumb, you have to bend that knuckle down and put it into the hole that's inside of the palm. When you have it in hand, it's hard to show black on black, but you can't miss it. Just know that the thumb goes in there. Now, each arm actually has a slit for the mace. This is pretty cool. I almost wonder then if the peg hole for the sword is just an oversight. But overall, his weapons are cool, really clear and things like that. I love the purple. It's a good throw-in. Now, this is pretty cool. Especially if you have the dark version of Carry. Turns into a scythe. And I damn near like it better than the sword. I do like it better than the sword looks-wise, but, of course, Megatron, his sword, iconic, so gotta go with that. But it's a good display. Now here he is compared to Tyrant, and one thing that I do like that they're doing, whether it's their minifigures or their Masterpiece figures, same names. So their Legends class, the War and Pocket, it's Mightron. The Mini Galvatron is Tyrant. Masterpiece versions, Mightron, Tyrant. It's nice. Now we're already starting to get this thing transformed. We already showed you how to put the hands up and in. Pretty simple stuff. And believe it or not, this transformation that you're watching on video here is actually my first time doing it. And I'm following the instructions piece by piece. It's not bad. Definitely not intimidating for a Masterpiece toy. Now that waist part that we talked about right above the rib cage there, just pull that back up. And he has two like ab-ish fillers on the sides. Push those up. Right. And his abs there. Take them down. And that whole front piece just kind of goes for it there, as you can see. We're moving to the back side. That trigger piece goes down. Barrel goes down. And then that whole back just follows it. Everything moves really smooth. There's not a lot of hindrance or anything like that. Okay. Now removing that. Now those red pieces on the side there, you're going to want those pointing all the way down to really get that chest flush with that. And then you put the head down. That is one thing that I missed on this transformation, but you'll see it later. Now the arm pieces there, you see how that just kind of slid over? It's fluid. It's hard to explain, but it's a good fluid motion. And those two pieces on the backs of the shoulder there, you're just going to want to flip them down. Like so. And from there, just like the forearms, the shoulders themselves have two pieces that kind of slide outwards. Right? See that? Same thing on the other side. And it's almost weird how smoothly they move. And from there, you just push the arms in. Cover up that bicep. Right, those two pieces on the back, just flip them up. There we go. Right, take that waist piece, fold it around. Right, that part right there, just flip it out. Now take that whole top section, flip it around. Like so. Alright. Bring that barrel in. You can see it pegs in on the side there. There we go. Now the arms at the shoulders, just bring them down. So they're parallel to the back itself. Back of the bot mode, that is. And those two pieces right there, flip them down. So to bring that up. Alright. We are almost done. Now what you do from here, you take those two sides and you can see the gun's halfway formed. You don't have to bring those pieces down just yet. That part up top is where the scope actually goes on. Alright, so from there, that piece with the parts we flipped out earlier, bring that up, and then you could bring that whole back part down. Alright, and when you're bringing that piece down, remember there are two clips right there. Just focus on those. Now you see I'm having problems swinging the legs around. That's because I haven't brought them back yet. There is a hinge joint that brings them back so that they're closer to each other. And you can't miss it. It's underneath there. But once you do, you can swivel that around. Alright. Getting pretty flush with each other there. There you go. From there, the thighs actually fold in half. And what's kind of cool about Megatron toys is that they're all unique. There's no set way to make Megatron into a gun. I have not seen two Megatron toys transform the same, and that's really neat. Right. Those kneecaps, just swing those down. You'll see two tabs on the sides where they tab in. Bring that other one around. Make sure to bring them out and around first, and that red piece won't hinder it like that. It's a little bit harder to pull around once you've already got it flush, but I did it right there, boom. And then the sides of the calves, pull forward like you just saw. There we go. Now we're working on the feet, the sides of the feet. Swing them around, flip them down. Swing them around, flip them down. Alright, make sure they're flush. The heels, fold them in. And the feet themselves, push up. We are almost done. This is crazy. Definitely not a bad transformation. And of course, thighs, as you could have guessed, peg into each other, or the calves. And everything snaps into place too, even though they're pegs, they're pretty tight. There we go. Swing the front part of that trigger part down. Bring calves up. And then those two cover points, they peg in. The sides of that trigger surround. And boom. Those two pieces down. And the trigger down. There we go. And those two red pieces, make sure they're tabbed down. Alright. Now see those little nubs that stick up? It makes it kind of hard for the scope to slide back on, but you find the right groove there, it goes right back on. It's not too bad. And there we go. That is officially Mightron in gun mode. He does have the LED again on the scope, the sight. Alright, now even though this does not come with a barrel extender or a stock, it has a part for it. You see it right there. So you can tell that there's one that's going to slide on and things like that. So expect that, you know? I don't know, but it's a strong guess. Anyway, this has been DX9's D08 Mightron. Check out the Pictorial on kumastyle.com. Leave a comment in the comments.